And welcome to your own YouTube channel, Achievers Data Engineering. My name is Gyanendra, and in this video of Power BI tips and tricks, we are going to talk about one of the recent feature introduced in Power BI, which is nothing but dynamic column selection using fields parameter in Power BI. All right, so what is field parameter? Why should we use it? And what would be the use case of this field parameter? We'll get into the details of this. So let's get started. Right, guys, so I hope while working on the reports you must have came across a situation where you have for example, a couple of measures and couple of dimensions that you want to display onto the report, but you also want to display a slicer, or you want to offer your end user an option where they will be able to switch between the values. For example, let's take a view on this particular visualization. So I have two dimensions, for example, group and by name, and I have an option to switch between these dimensions. Not only this, I can select which particular measure I want to see in this visualization, through which I can slice, right? I can maybe select both, or maybe I can select one, right? So at this point of time, you must be thinking this view can be easily achieved using bookmarks and selection in Power BI, right? But wait a minute. I know it's a very time consuming task if you have multiple visualization and multiple charts on a single page, and you want to do this, then definitely you're gonna spend hours setting up that. And if you, after preparing the report, you want to make some edits, then I'm sure you will mess up everything, and you will have to set up your selections and bookmarks from the scratch to make it work, right? Let me show you one more example. Let's think of you want to display a table like this, and you have a number of columns, but because you are running out of space in a particular table, and that's why you want to offer a slicer to your end user that they can select which column they want to see, right? So that they can select between the available columns and just see the values they are concerned about, right? So Power BI has made it easy. So how can we actually get it working using field parameters in Power BI? Let's see that in practical now. Right, guys, so if you're following along my video tutorial series and Power BI tips and tricks series, then you must have seen my previous videos where I have seen some workarounds. How can you achieve this custom column selection? But in achieving this, I was kind of unpivoting the entire data set in the background and then offering this as a slicer, right? So it sounds easy, but when it comes to huge data model and you are joining a couple of tables, then unpivoting your entire data set, like entire table, it's a time consuming task, right? So you will end up slowing down your report. So, okay, let's not talk about that. If we jump on a new report right now, I have already connected to a sample table. It's nothing but some sales data, and it's related to some sales regions, and I have some territories where I'm showing some sales, right? So nothing complicated. I have just taken some sample data. All right, so now what if you want to create those field parameters? So first of all, if you'll go on to the modeling and go on to the new parameters option, then you will see this new option that says fields. Now, if you don't see it right now, don't worry, make sure you have your Power BI application updated. And then if you'll go into the Power BI options and settings, and then go into the options, and onto the options, if you'll go on to the preview features, make sure this field parameter option is selected. Hit OK, restart your Power BI desktop application, and you would see that option over here. All right, so now let's create some field parameters. So first of all, again, I'll go on to the modeling, select new parameters, and then select fields. Now, once I'll do that, a new window will pop up and I will see my tables. So if you have a couple of tables, then you will see all of your tables which are present in your data model. Now, at this point of time, what I want to do is I want to achieve kind of this example that we discussed earlier in the video. So what I will do, first of all, I'll go ahead and select a couple of measures. So at this point of time, I have only two measures available. I'll name them parameters and measures underscore measures, and make sure this slicer, like add slicer to this page option, is checked by default. So make sure it is checked. Hit on create, and you would notice it will by default go ahead and add a slicer over here. And you would also notice that it has added one more table over here. Now if you will take a look on to this function or DAX function which is being created in the background, this is how it is created with the original table through which we have created this slicer. Now talking about this 0 and 1, it is nothing but indexing. So if we want to change the sequence, for example, if I want the sales YTD to be on the top, I can simply make it as 0 and I can make it 1. All right, and if we hit enter, it will just go ahead and switch the place, right? So it is as dynamic. Now we have got the measures. Now let's go ahead and create some dimensions. So again, I'll go on to the modeling, parameter, fields, and this time I would select, for example, name, and I'll select group and name them as parameter dimensions. Again, I'll add a slicer, and same thing works over here. Now a couple of more things that I can explain you. For example, when you are creating fields parameter, let me again, for example, add name and group. You can rename your fields over here. You can also switch them, like you can change the sequence as we were doing onto the visualization canvas. You can do the same thing over here as well. You would also be able to select measures or dimensions from multiple tables. If those tables are connected in the background, you will be able to successfully select them and put them in a single slicer. All right. Now, because these are the slicers, we can definitely do the common settings that we usually do in the slicers. So at this point of time, I'll make both of them as horizontal, and let's drag it a bit just to give the same. Let me actually keep it on the top. Right. Now what I will do, I'll go ahead and take the clustered column chart. And in this column chart, instead of taking fields directly from the table, what I will do, I'll take these parameters. So I'll select this chart again, take the parameters measures over here in the y-axis, and take the dimensions parameter in the x-axis. Now you would notice, because on the top it is selected sales last year, so that's why it is showing sales last year. And we can select which dimension we want to wave the data on behalf of, right? Or we can go ahead and select the sales YTD. Now it will start showing both of the measures, and we can switch them by available dimensions in our view. All right, so I hope it was quite easy, right? If you would have achieved this using like bookmarks and selections, then at this point of time we must be creating some bookmarks and then putting together these copies of multiple copies of same visualization, right? So I hope it makes sense, and it is kind of quite easy working on the field parameters. Now, before we jump on to the conclusion, let's talk about a couple of limitations which are there with this field parameter at this point of time. Now, while we are talking about the limitations, we must consider the fact that this field parameter option is still in preview, and when it will be added as a part of Power BI report, then as a Power BI software, then we can think of it would be added with some more options into it, right? So in order to talk about the limitations, let me take you on to the Microsoft article. So this article is about this field parameters, and I've already shown you this example. Now talking about the limitations. So currently any AI visual and Q&A are not supported with this feature. So and also there is no way to your report users to select none or no field option. So what it is saying, for example, if we come back to this visualization and do not select any measure, right? So we have not selected any measure, but still it will reflect both of the measures in this visualization. what it means, like selecting none equals to select all. So that is the limitation that it has currently. Same goes with this parameter. If I will not select either of them, then it will display both, and in order to display like another level, there would be an hierarchy enabled, right? So we will be able to see it here, right? So that it is saying, right? So selecting none means select all. That's one of the limitations. And the third limitation is currently you cannot create parameter in the live connection data source. So quite easy to explain. Also, you cannot use implicit measures as of now, right? So I already discussed that. We cannot use these fields which we have in the table, which can be aggregated, right? We need to create measures, so that that is how we can add these measures in the parameter. Also, currently you cannot use field parameters such as linked fields of a drill through or a tooltip, right? So drill through will not be supported using field parameters fields. There is a workaround which is listed here, right? So if you are stuck in a situation, definitely you can follow this workaround. All right, so I hope it was quite easy and you got some idea how can you work with field parameters, and you got an idea how can you utilize in your existing reports. So if you like the content, please do hit the like button, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on any latest video that I upload. Thank you for watching. Keep learning. Have a great day.